Hello, and welcome to this video on my thoughts on John Wick Chapter 3, Parabellum. Not sure what the title itself has to do with aspects of what Parabellum is, I don't know the word, but whatever. Overall, it is an amazing movie. Now, granted, there's like my Avengers Endgame uh, review. First, it's going to be spoiler free, but afterwards, it will be a spoiler. And I talk about movie in depth a bit, but overall I will give you first my opinion upon it, spoiler free, but then I'll just let you know we're getting into spoilers. So if you haven't seen it, I'll let you know when we're about to hit it. That way you can watch it and come back, or if you just want to spoil it for you because you don't care. But overall, like I said, it's an awesome movie, action packed, beginning to end, just amazing. Just the overall storytelling is interesting because, like I said in my pre John Wick Chapter 3 thoughts of like, what is he gonna do? Like, how is he gonna go there and there and there? Like, how is he going to be resolved? Like, and when I got into the movie and just saw it all, it's like, okay, that's something. That is something. It's an amazing movie. It's awesome. It's great. The action is just like you don't get that many cuts like you do in most action movies. There are a bit more here than probably the previous ones because it's just so much. It's just so much action, everything, the story and the characters and the acting. It's overall just a good movie. Because in the end, it knew what it was. Just like the other two movies, uh, John Wick Chapter 2, here and John Wick Chapter 3, they all knew what they were and they went for what they were. They weren't trying to be anything else other than they knew what they were. They didn't try to be, this big over just amazement stories like it needs to be told kind of thing. Like, no, it's an action packed fun movie that you're just gonna just sit back and enjoy. Like you might wonder, oh yeah, that's awesome. Just a fun dumb movie. Because shit like this can just never exist. This is not, or just or like a beautiful storytelling of a world that doesn't exist. It is a good story, but it's a world filled with assassins that have rules and these hotels, the Continentals and whatnot. Overall, a great movie. I would recommend seeing it. If possible in theaters. If not, but just in general, when you get a chance to see it, do yourself a favor and see it. It's a good another chapter in the movie, but. That is where we're going in spoilers free zone here. We are going into spoilers now, so if you don't want the movie spoiled for you, cut it off here, go see the movie, come back. Alright, you back? Alright, let's get into it. Oh my god, dude. Seriously, it starts off literally at the end of the second movie. Counting down from the 1 hour marker to when it goes, and it hits it hard. I mean, you see that part in the trailer where it's like it's counting down 5, 4, and he's in the dock seat because he's getting healed because Assassin wanted to get an early start on the kill because he goes to the New York Library because he wants to get a picture and he's see items for some deal he's going to try and make. But yeah, he's in the New York Library and it's like this assassin comes up, it's like, it's 14 million. No one's gonna know the difference whether I killed you before the timer started or not. So, yeah, that's where you see him pummeling some dude with a book. Oh yeah, that was good. Then of course, you're curious, like, why? How does he get on a horse? Where does the horse come into play? He's on a horse in the trailer, so you just don't see how. But in the movie, they show you. Because it's like right after that part where there's the assassins trying to kill him with the knives and everything. And everything's being thrown around and stuff. That part's so nice and funny. But yeah, he does that, and then he's get on the horse, trot along to get away from the bikers a bit. But he gets to a point where he's trying to get to take care of this deal I told you about, where he gets stuff out of this book at the New York Library that he has stuck there. He goes back to the area basically where he was trained as an assassin, basically where he was trained as a child, because he meets a lady and she's like, why have you come home? Because it shows, the showing of the man training. It truly is an area where he basically learned a good bit of his martial arts skills, at least. Not sure about the guns, but the hand-to-hand combat he learned at this area. Where there's like a ballerina dancing and stuff. It's very beautiful. Or what would be not I guess stadium would be arena stadium something. It's hard to say what such an area would be called for me at least for at the moment. Yeah, he goes there. He says he has a ticket. He wants to cash it in, and this is an area which is of course still governed by the what is known as the high table. Basically, the higher ups of like, yeah, these are the rules. You don't follow them, we will ensure that you get punished for them. And on the aspects of the major punishments is death. As John Wick, he broke one of the rules, which is not to conduct business on continental grounds in the last movie at the end. And that's a rule you break. You get excommunicated, which means there's a bounty placed upon your head to be paid to the person who kills you. So yeah, so he's running from that. Yeah, but he's like, I want to punch my ticket. It's like I want this debt that I am owed to be paid. And they do. It has to do with that tattoo on his back, that cross, because they like burn it, because apparently that was his ticket. Like it's like a tattooed engraving of like he's owed. So if he wishes to have his ticket paid, they break the ticket by for one, they have like a cross and they break that, and then they take the cross, they heat it up in fire and burn his back. It was a really interesting thing to see. But what he wishes to be paid is to be travel. He wants, passage, as it's called there in the Assassin's World. He seeks passage to a location in which we go to meet Halle Berry. Interesting story she has, about how there's another thing he brings with him that was in the book at the New York Library, which is basically the assassins, almost like a Pinky Promise. It's like that thing you saw in the second movie. You've seen that where it's like it's I just saw the movie a bit ago and I can't remember what it's called, but it's basically that where you gotta pick your thumb and put the blood into that little big metal thing. God damn it, what was that called? I'm an idiot for forgetting that, but whatever. We're moving on. But she owes him basically a debt, just like he owed the basically the main villain of the last movie. And the debt that was to be owed was what he did was he got Halle Berry's daughter's character, her character that is in the movie's daughter, out of the world and protected so that nobody knows who her daughter is. That way she is protected. You know? Which, it shows to her character and her acting how much, that truly sucks. Is that means she can never know where her daughter is, never see her daughter ever, anything, because others might go for her to, hold her as a bounty. Because apparently, maybe she's pissing people off or something, it's hard to say. Because what it is she is the manager at the Continental in the area in which he went to. Now, the reason in which he seeks passage to this area also is because he wanted guidance. He wanted to speak to one of the high table people there, and he wanted to know where to find basically what is the top person, best known as the Elder, which he wanted to, he wanted to seek the Elder to ask for penance, or I guess forgiveness, as you would say, for what he has committed, the crime, the breaking the rules of the Continental. And he does. He meets him. That's where we're all in the desert part, because it's like he's told, you need to go to this area, follow this path, and walk until you can't walk anymore, and walk more. Basically, walk till you're on death's door and continue. And either the elder will wish to see you, or he won't, and you will die. But the elder does see him, and he does ask the elder for forgiveness, and to ensure his forgiveness, two things must happen. First, he has to kill somebody. He has to kill the manager of the New York Continental for breaking a bit of a rule there, as being that he gave John Wick time to basically get his affairs in order before he was excommunicated, instead of having him killed on the spot after he broke the rule. So yeah, John has to go kill that gentleman from the previous movies, and Afterwards, once he is forgiven, he must work for the High Table. He is to remain an assassin until the indefinite states. And he agrees to do so, and in turn to show that he agrees fully, there's a line in the movie that is interesting, of a line that you don't hear anywhere else, but it's a line now in the world of the assassins, and that is, "I serve, and therefore I will be in service." Something along the lines of that. I probably misquoted it, I have no doubt. It's like, I served, now I'll be in service, or something like that. It's like a line like that, and he cuts off his ring finger with the ring on it, and the ring is given to the elder, so that it is shown that he has paid his debt to be doing this. But even though while he is doing this, he's still excommunicated, so he can, the bounty is still on him. So until he completes the task, the bounty is still on him. So he heads back to New York to complete the task, and then once he gets there, the person needs to assassinate. He's like, you have a choice. Either kill me and be a true servant of the High Table, be a slave, be what is remembered as is just being Bobby, the Boogeyman is what it's called. I can't probably pronounce it correctly. Baba Yaga. Yeah. He either remain the days as that person, or he can choose not to kill him and be the man that he wants to be. To be remembered as a man who loved his wife as well as was loved by his wife. And then, seeing that he chooses, to be that Wick, to be the one that loved his wife as was loved, the person who's like overlooking all of this happening, the lady who's basically get like a buzz cut. I don't know the actress name, but she's basically the one like overseeing like seeing what happened with everybody and what they did, and making sure they were punished for helping John Wick, including I was about to say Morgan Freeman. Morpheus is, I don't know the actor, but the actor who played Morpheus in the Matrix, he's again in the movies. He helped John Wick to basically kill what was a High Table member. So he said, here's 7 bullets. Good luck with it. On the last movie. So for 7 bullets, he was given 7 days to get his affairs in orders, and being that he chose not to and to step down, he was given 7 cuts if he was wanted to remain in service of the High Table and remain in his position. Which so he took that, yeah. But John, he at this point now has chosen to, like I said, spare the gentleman's life at the table, and the hotel. He basically kind of owned the hotel, but the hotel was, excuse me, sorry, a little gassy, was then not seen as being considered, safe passage grounds. Instead of there being, you can't conduct business on continental grounds, you can now. It was basically excommunicado to the building. It was can't remember what it was. God damn it! I hate forgetting stuff so easily. I hate my mind how it works. But like I said, basically it was the building was excommunicado, so the rules no longer apply on the continental ground. So business could be conducted there, and John Wick could be killed on continental ground of the continental, that is, of the New York branch. And he kicks a lot of ass of these basically soldiers, not really assassins. They were soldiers who had like these really impressive bulletproof gear. Seriously, they had like basically biker suits and a biker helmet that were basically bulletproof all the way through. So he had to be inventive on combating them. So he basically shot them up a bit to make sure, because they were still gonna hurt, with some of the weapons he was using against them, and he had to force him into a position where he could move him around to expose skin area around the neck to shoot. But I mean, overall, the action, I mean, it's amazing in here. Then it just gets to the point where it's like the manager betrays John Wick because he did what he did to show a force. Say, this is my hotel. I'm gonna stay the manager. So he gets himself parlay with the main chick who's basically overseeing all this action and stuff. against John Wick and the manager, and they parlay to where he is uh, to stay as the manager and the Continental to be continued as a service and have rules upon it, and betrays John Wick. And that dude goes flying off the Continental. I mean, I'm surprised he's living at the end. And it does end with a possibility of a sequel. I mean, my God. I cannot wait. So it didn't actually even resolve itself. It was looking like he was gonna. Like I said, John Wick was seeing the elder. He was given a task and he was given a choice. He went with it originally, but then as he got to the Continental and spoke to the manager, he was like should I really? I mean, he's been my friend for a long time, kind of, and stuff, and he chose not to betray the manager, but the manager chose to betray him. But we'll see how it all works out with the next movie. So there's probably going to be another John Wick movie. There will probably be a Chapter 4. I can't wait to see how that works and everything. I mean, this movie was something else, and I thought it was going to be the end of the chapter in some way. Probably, like I said, it's either going to end with John Wick somehow resolving this issue of being excommunicado, or it's going to end with him dead somehow. And it goes neither way. It was interesting. It was really interesting how they took a third path that I just didn't think was going to happen, because they ended it with saying there will be a sequel. I mean, the second one did that, but we saw that, like, why? I mean, seriously, at the end, John Wick should have been dead. I mean, the fall he took at the end was just so hard. I mean, in every other movie and show, basically, if they show somebody falling like John Wick did, he'd be dead. So John Wick is like, he has to be, half god. He has to be one of those, where it's like a god and a human have a baby. It's not a Nephilim, is it? Or in Supernatural, it's considered a Nephilim. No, that's not a god and a human. That's an angel and a human in Supernatural. So, what is a god and a human make? Like in the whole Greek mythology, it's a half breed of what is it? What are they called? Demigods. That's right. Demigods, basically half gods. So he's basically a demigod, dude. He's straight up a demigod. I mean, to take the fall that he took and live. I mean, wow. So yeah, at the end, it's him and the actor who plays Morpheus. Is like, yeah, we kind of got fucked over there and over all that. From the high table and all that shit. He's like, are you pissed? He's like, John Wick's like, yeah. He's like, so there's definitely gonna be a fourth movie, and I cannot wait to see how that is gonna play out. But overall, I mean, damn, John Wick Chapter 3 was something else. I just saw it going something different. Like I said, either possibly of him uh, taking care of the issue somehow, where he's no longer excommunicado, which looked like I said he was going to, or going the other way, which it could have gone. Which I thought it was going to be at the end there, which was him dead. I mean, that would have been a curveball there if it just ended with, the manager betraying him falling dead. That would have been weird. That would have been a hell of an ending. I'm granted, it would probably be an ending that would piss a lot of people off, but it would have still been an ending. They chose not to end it. They wanted another sequel. I mean, damn. Overall, yeah, that was an amazing movie. Wow. Action, like I said, from beginning to end. Very intriguing indeed, especially how they build the world a bit more. Like I said, especially with that line. That line was kind of weird, I serve, so like I serve, so therefore I am in service. Really interesting, really interesting. But overall, good movie, good movie. Would recommend seeing. But thank you for watching. Hope you were, I can't say we were informed or entertained, but overall, here's a review. So, I thank you for watching. And in the end, I hope you have a rock'em sock'em day. A peace.